Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Adams Rite number 4902-01 strike plate. That's what this is. Basically, a full lip strike is what this is, and it's going to include a variety of other items, but let's go through the items one by one. 4902-01 is exactly what this is. As you can see, it's about 2 5/8 tall. It has an overall width of about 1 7/8. Center line of the screw hole to the edge of the lip is about 1 1/4. Okay. This will come with a mounting or reinforcing plate. That is what is going to be installed into, or behind, I should say, the prep in the frame for your strike to be installed down onto, so that it will look like that. Dimensional properties of the reinforcing plate or the mounting plate: about 4 1/8 tall, has a width about 1 1/8. You're going to get a dust box. Now, a dust box is important because it will allow you to finish off the installation, so that when you have this installed in the frame, you can't take your finger and stick it in there and get to the inner construction of the wall. But more importantly, you can't see the inner construction, so it gives a not only a finished sort of look, but does act to seal off the back side of the strike as well. Okay, and that is installed literally just like that. You will get a total of 4 screws. You're going to need 2 to mount the plate to the frame. Then you'll need 2 more to mount the strike to the plate. Okay. Total of 4 of these. Then you're going to get some very small, thin little shims. Looks like there was a total of 5. I would have expected an even number, but 5 shims. Just small, thin pieces of aluminum is what these are. Now, there is a link below this video to a document called Template. It's probably more appropriately called Product Brochure. Much of the Adams Rite product line, when it comes to product cut sheets for their specific items, are really just 2-page documents. And that means that for me, they're clear, they're concise, they are easy to navigate. Page 1 generally gives you the overview of the strike itself, explains the function. The 4902 is a single strike, which is used on their 500, their 4700, their 4900 series strikes, their 4300 as well. Okay, it's nice and handy because it gives you everything you need, quite frankly, to install a full lip strike down onto an aluminum frame generally, but you could also mount this. You could certainly mount it onto a wood frame if you wanted to, or a hollow metal frame should you want to, but aluminum is where these are used. Now, there is, as I said, page 1 shows the overview, function, what's included. Page 2 is generally an order matrix on the bottom of the page, which is really where I go to immediately because it allows me to derive the part number. And you can see from the packaging that this is specifically a 4902-01-630. Now, there are 4 different types of strikes in this product brochure. There's the 4901 and the 4902. The 01 variant is going to be, of course, that model that's shown on page 1, which is going to allow you the ability. It's the long strike, is what it is, and it will allow you the mitigate where you once had perhaps a deadbolt strike preparation in a frame for an Adams Rite deadbolt is a larger prep. Well, you can use that 4901 to convert that to a latch sort of preparation by giving you the ability to have a longer strike that will fill the hole, basically. If you're doing a new installation, you would probably steer clear of that and go with the 4902. Now, the 4901 and 02, we've discussed those models. Now you have a -1 and a -01 and a -02. The 01 models mean that you're going to have a flat strike. Sure, this has a curved lip, but that's not what they mean. This portion is flat. You can also do an O2 variant where this strike is literally radiused. Why? If you're using it in a pair of doors, it's possible that that radius on the inactive door is, the style on the inactive door will be radiused, and you would want a radiused strike for that purpose. Okay. You can also see on the bottom right of page 2 that you can get into a version where you're going to have the ability to play with the A dimension. And the A dimension is the center line of the strike, or the holes, center line of the holes to the edge of the lip. That makes that's very relevant because you might be installing this into a situation where you have a deep inset where the door is pushed further into the frame than standard, like you would have on a center hung pivot installation. So that's important to know that you can get basically extended lip lengths. That's the summary of all that. Also on page 2 above will give you all of the dimensional properties, and more importantly it shows you the dimensional properties or requirements for the frame to be able to get this installed. Make a nice clean rectangular cutout, drill yourself a couple of holes for the screws top and bottom for the mounting, and you're in real good shape. You're going to want to countersink those so that the head of that screw sits as flush as possible to the face of the jamb. There is another link below this video to a document called Instructions. Not included with the package. They are really just a summary of the dimensional properties of the item for your use of prepping the frame appropriately. And that really covers all of the requirements dictated in the extended description for the language required to describe it. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all the Adams Rite products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's ever-evolving, ever-improving website, along with a link to the full product catalog, which is incredibly handy. People may not realize that Adams Rite does a lot more than just electric strikes. They have a comprehensive line, certainly of aluminum storefront hardware, and certainly of panic device hardware as well, but many other specialty items that really only Adams Rite brings to market for use in a variety of installations, such as a cylinder-operated flush bolt, a very common item that you will see in a school so that they can have key control over who is actually manipulating the flush bolt. You also see that, of course, in retail applications as well. Then last but not least, my favorite link is the link to the document called Parts Manual. Exactly, Parts Manual. That document is incredibly useful because, let's say, for instance, you're installing a 4510 series latch with this strike. You've got the latch and you've got the strike, but what you need is a part for the latch. There are many replaceable, serviceable parts on practically the entire line of Adams Rite material. That document allows you to get to the top level assembly of the item itself and then to see on the page all of the other pieces that can be ordered for it, such as replacement screw packages, replacement springs, replacement pieces of hardware that are part and parcel that will of allowing you to get continued or to realize continued usable service out of the significant investment in door hardware. If you have any questions on the Adams Rite 4902-01 full lip strike or any other Adams Rite product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.